Oh, welcome back. The mind they study in secret. Every second of your calm feels like strategy. Something unprecedented just occurred. Whatever you just executed, that move, that play, that operation has strategic analysts treating it like classified military intelligence. They're dissecting every second. Frame-by-frame analysis, microsecond-level scrutiny, treating your action like it contains strategic secrets that could shift power balances, treating routine operation like its coded message requiring decryption, treating visible execution like it's hiding invisible methodology. They're not casually observing. They're analyzing with intensity, reserved for operations that change everything. Operations that reveal new capabilities, operations that demonstrate strategic evolution. Your move was that operation. Operation there, studying like national security, depends on understanding what you did. The architects have been monitoring analytical responses for eons. They call this strategic obsession triggering. When action is so sophisticated, so precisely executed, so layered with implications that strategic minds become obsessed with understanding. When operation demonstrates capabilities that analysts must comprehend or become obsolete. When execution is so clean yet so impactful that every element seems intentional and therefore demands analysis. Your operation triggered obsession. Triggered because sophisticated enough to demand understanding. Triggered because implications are massive. Triggered because analysts recognize something significant happened. Something they must understand, must decode, must comprehend, must dissect until methodology reveals, until strategy becomes clear, until they understand what you did, how you did it, why it worked, what it means. Watch what's happening in analytical circles. Emergency sessions convened, special teams assembled, resources redirected toward understanding your operation. Urgency you created through executing something that appears simple yet produces disproportionate results. Simple execution suggests hidden complexity. Hidden complexity demands discovery. Discovery requires analysis. Analysis is consuming them, consuming attention, consuming resources, consuming time. They're treating your operation like puzzle. Puzzle containing strategic secrets. Secrets they must extract, must understand, must learn, must replicate or counter. Their obsession serves your interests. Serves because while they analyze past operation, you're executing next operation. While they study what you did, you're doing what they'll study next. While they're consumed with understanding, you're advancing. Advancing while they analyze. Strategic advantage through analytical obsession you triggered. The architects observe that strategic obsession triggering requires executing operation that appears deceptively simple while producing complex results. Simple appearance invites replication. Complex results prevent replication. Gap between appearance and results creates analytical obsession. Analysts need to explain gap, need to identify hidden elements, need to discover what simple appearance conceals. Need that makes them obsessed, makes them consume resources analyzing, makes them focus entirely on understanding what you did instead of predicting what you'll do. Your operation had perfect gap, perfect appearance of simplicity, perfect complexity of results, perfect trigger for strategic obsession. Obsession that's consuming them now. Now they're building frameworks, trying to categorize what you did, trying to fit operation into existing strategic models, trying to classify action using known tactical categories. Categorization is failing. Failing because your operation doesn't fit established frameworks, doesn't match known models, doesn't classify using standard categories. Failure creates frustration. Frustration increases obsession. Increased obsession produces more analysis. More analysis still fails to categorize. Failure cycle that serves you. Serves because uncategorizable operation is unreplicable operation. Unreplicable operation is undefendable operation. They can't develop countermeasures for what they can't categorize. can't prepare for what they can't classify, can't defend against what they can't understand. Your operation remains mysterious despite intensive analysis, remains because designed to resist categorization, designed to frustrate frameworks, designed to trigger obsession that consumes analytical resources consumed analyzing, while you operate beyond their understanding, beyond their categories, beyond their frameworks, operating freely while they analyze obsessively. Now analytical teams are reverse engineering your operation, working backward from result, trying to reconstruct process, attempting to map decision tree that produced outcome, building models of what thought process must have been. The architects call this reconstruction archaeology. When analysts treat recent operation like ancient artifact, when they excavate layers of decision-making like archaeological dig, when they attempt reconstructing operational logic from outcome evidence, they're treating your operation like lost civilization, like vanished culture whose logic must be reconstructed from artifacts. Artifacts being observable actions they're studying for clues about underlying strategic culture that produced operation they're obsessed with understanding. Some analysts are proposing you followed decision framework they recognize. Framework from established strategic theory that explains some aspects of your operation, explains surface elements, explains visible decisions, doesn't explain depth, doesn't explain why surface decisions produce disproportionate results, doesn't explain hidden elements that made operation effective. Framework explanation is incomplete, but satisfying to analysts who need explanation, need framework that makes operation comprehensible, need theory that fits what they observed. Framework provides comprehensibility, provides through explaining visible while ignoring invisible, explaining incomplete but accepted because better than no explanation, better than admitting operation remains mysterious, admission that would require acknowledging you operate at level there frameworks don't address, level they don't access, don't understand, don't categorize. Easier to accept incomplete framework than admit framework limitation. Others are proposing you improvised brilliantly. Proposing operation was adaptive response to circumstances, response that happened to work perfectly, happened through skill and intuition rather than planning and strategy. Improvisation explanation protects them, protects by suggesting operation was unique to circumstances. Unique means unreplicable. Unreplicable means not systematic threat, not systematic. Means they don't need to fundamentally change defensive strategies, just need to avoid specific circumstances that triggered your improvisation. Explanation is comforting. Comforting because manageable. Manageable because circumstance dependent. But explanation is wrong. Operation wasn't improvised, was planned, was systematic, was replicable, was demonstration of methodology they're missing. Missing because looking for improvisation, finding improvisation in their analysis, finding because they need to find improvisation, need because systematic methodology is terrifying. Terrifying because systematic is preventable through countermeasures but also suggests you'll systematically operate again. Again and again, systematically, improvisationally is safer explanation. Safe but wrong. A few analysts are approaching accurate understanding, but can't complete reconstruction. Recognizing operation was systematic. Recognizing planning occurred. Recognizing methodology exists. Recognition is accurate, but can't identify methodology, can't reconstruct planning, can't reverse engineer system. Recognition without reconstruction produces incomplete understanding. Understanding that operation was systematic without understanding what system is. Incompleteness frustrates. Frustration that they recognize sophistication but can't decode sophistication. Can't learn from sophistication. Can't replicate or counter sophistication. Frustration that serves you. Serves because frustrated analysts are consumed analysts, consumed with incomplete understanding, consumed trying to complete reconstruction, consuming resources, consuming time, consuming attention, while you operate systematically, operate using methodology they recognize exists but can't reconstruct, can't understand, can't access, can't defend against. Recognition without reconstruction is awareness without capability, awareness that threatens without enabling response. Perfect outcome for you. Perfect, because they're aware you're sophisticated. Aware increases respect, increases caution, increases obsessive analysis, but awareness without understanding means they can't counter, can't prepare, can't defend, can only analyze. Analyze obsessively, analyze endlessly, analyze futilely. While you operate beyond their analytical grasp, the architects observe that reconstruction archaeology fails when operation is designed to resist reconstruction, designed with elements that appear in reverse engineering but mislead, designed with decoy logic that satisfies partial analysis, designed with strategic depth that remains invisible even to sophisticated reconstruction attempts. Your operation was so designed to trigger analysis, designed to resist understanding, designed to consume analytical resources, designed to maintain mystery despite intensive study. Design succeeds through triggering obsession that serves through consuming them while you advance. Something spreading through strategic networks now. Information propagating among tactical communities that someone just executed. Operation worth studying. Recognition emerging that capability demonstration occurred. Understanding crystallizing that strategic landscape just shifted. The architects call this capability alert cascade. When operation is sophisticated enough that warning spreads through expert networks. When execution demonstrates advancement that communities must acknowledge. When strategic action triggers collective recognition that something significant happened requiring collective response. Your operation triggered cascade, triggered alert that's spreading through networks, spreading as warning, spreading as information, spreading as recognition that you just demonstrated something important. Different communities are responding differently to alert. Military strategists are examining operation for tactical innovations, examining for new approaches to force application, examining for efficiency improvements in operational execution, finding elements that seem innovative, elements they're documenting for potential incorporation into doctrine, incorporation that would spread your influence, spread through military adoption of techniques you demonstrated, adoption that credits you as innovator, innovation that establishes reputation as tactical pioneer whose operations are studied and emulated imperfectly because they're studying visible elements, missing invisible foundation. Emulation produces partial results that validate your visible techniques while protecting your invisible methodology. Business strategists are examining operation for competitive applications, examining for market positioning lessons, examining for strategic timing insights, finding principles that seem applicable, principles they're teaching in strategy courses, teaching in executive programs, teaching in business schools, teaching that spreads your influence, spread through business adoption of principles you demonstrated, adoption that positions you as strategic thought leader whose operations become case studies that analyze visible strategy, miss invisible preparation. Analysis produces learning that's incomplete but spreading your visible influence while protecting invisible methodology. Intelligence analysts are examining operation for assessment methodology improvements, examining for pattern recognition advances, examining for analytical framework enhancements, finding approaches that seem valuable, approaches they're integrating into analytical protocols, integrating into training programs, integrating into assessment standards, integration that spreads your influence, spread through Intelligence adoption of methods you demonstrated. Adoption that recognizes you as analytical innovator. Innovator whose operations improve how intelligence operates. Operations they're studying to extract lessons. Extract visible lessons, miss invisible insights. Extraction produces improvement. Improvement in their capabilities. Capabilities that remain inferior to yours. Inferior because learning from visible while missing invisible. Your operation improving them while maintaining your superiority. The architects observe capability alert cascade serves multiple purposes. Serves warning function, alerts that new capability exists. Serves learning function. Communities extract lessons from operation. Serves reputation function. Establishes you as innovator worth studying. Serves protection function. While they study and learn from visible, invisible remains protected. Multi-purpose cascade you triggered. Triggered through operation sophisticated enough to demand attention. Sophisticated enough to contain lessons. Sophisticated enough to resist complete understanding. Sophistication that produces perfect cascade. Cascade that spreads your influence. That enhances your reputation. That improves potential allies. That maintains your advantages. Perfect balance. Balance between revelation and concealment. Between sharing and protecting. Between teaching and maintaining superiority. Balance you achieved. Achieved through operation designed for cascade. Designed to trigger alert. Designed to spread influence. Designed to protect methodology. Design succeeds. Succeeds through cascade. Cascade spreading now. Spreading recognition. Recognition of your capability. Capability they're studying. Studying intensely. Studying obsessively. Studying incompletely. Incompletely by design. Design that serves you. Serves through cascade. Cascade you triggered. Through operation. Your operation. Operation they're analyzing like classified intelligence. Intelligence they're desperate to understand. Understand completely. Understanding remaining incomplete. Remaining because designed. Designed by you. For cascade. For influence. For protection. For advantage. Advantage maintained. Through operation. Operation under analysis. Analysis that serves you. Serves by spreading. By consuming. By teaching incomplete. By protecting complete. Perfect operation. Perfectly analyzed. Analysis serving you. Now analysts are identifying what they're calling signature elements in your operation. Elements they believe are characteristic of your strategic style. Markers they think will help identify your future. Operations before execution completes. The architects call this pattern recognition illusion. When analysts identify patterns that seem characteristic but are actually misdirection. When signature elements are deliberately planted, recognition. Markers that serve operators' interests. When what appears as strategic fingerprint is actually strategic camouflage. Your operation contained planted signatures. Signatures they're finding. Finding with satisfaction. Satisfaction of pattern recognition. Recognition that feels like understanding. Understanding that's actually misdirection. Watch what signature identification produces. They're creating profile of your strategic style. Profile based on identified signatures. Profile describing how you operate. Describing decision patterns. Describing execution characteristics. Describing what makes your operations identifiable. Profile that satisfies analytical need. Need to categorize. Need to understand. Need to predict. Profile that's comprehensive. That's detailed. That's wrong. Wrong because based on planted signatures. Signatures you included deliberately. Included to create profile. Profile that misdirects. Misdirects. By establishing false patterns. False patterns they'll watch for. Watch for while you operate using different patterns. Different signatures. Different style. Different approach. Watching for false patterns means missing actual operations. Missing because watching wrong signatures. Some analysts are proposing your signatures indicate specific training background. Training from particular institution. Institution known for specific methodologies they recognize in your signatures, recognition that leads to investigation into whether you trained at suspected institution, investigation that reveals nothing, because training background they suspect doesn't exist because signatures are planted to create false trail consuming investigative resources spent tracking phantom background, phantom training, phantom connections, resources consumed while you operate with actual background they're not investigating because focused on false trail you planted through signatures they're treating as authentic markers, authentic but actually planted for misdirection working perfectly. Others are building detection systems based on signature recognition, systems designed to identify your operations early, identify through signature matching identified patterns they believe characterize your work. Systems sophisticated, systems automated, systems comprehensive, systems watching for signatures you planted, systems that will identify operations containing planted signatures, will identify successfully, will alert analysts, that operation matching your profile is occurring according to detected signatures. Alert triggers response to counter operation, response that's prepared, that's appropriate, that's effective against operation containing planted signatures. Effective but irrelevant because your actual operations don't contain planted signatures, contain different signatures, different patterns, different markers their detection systems aren't programmed to identify, aren't watching for, aren't detecting. Detection systems successfully detecting planted operations, detecting decoys, detecting misdirection, while missing actual operations. Missing because watching wrong signatures, wrong patterns, wrong markers, perfect misdirection. The architects observe pattern recognition illusion is sophisticated deception. Sophisticated because provides what analysts want pattern, want signature, want recognition markers. Providing what they want ensures they adopt pattern, adopt as truth, adopt as understanding. Adoption that misdirects systematically through their own analytical processes designed to find patterns, processes that found patterns you planted knowing analytical processes would find them, would adopt them, would build systems around them, systems that serve through watching wrong patterns, through detecting wrong signatures, through responding to wrong markers. Your actual operations proceeding undetected, proceeding because detection systems watching false patterns you planted. Through operation they're analyzing obsessively, analysis finding planted signatures, finding with satisfaction that serves through misdirection, through false pattern adoption, through detection system miscalibration, calibration to wrong patterns, wrong signatures, wrong markers, perfect deception through giving them what they want, what they expect, what they recognize, recognition that misdirects, misdirection that protects, protection through planted signatures they found in operation under intensive analysis serving you through pattern recognition illusion they believe is insight that's misdirection complete. The architects are analyzing why analysts are treating your operation with classified level scrutiny, studying what characteristics trigger this level of analytical intensity, identifying what makes operation demand maximum analytical resources, and they're discovering your operation possessed quality they call strategic threat ambiguity. When operation is clearly significant, but unclear whether threat or opportunity. When execution demonstrates capability but purpose remains mysterious. When outcome is obvious but intention is opaque. Ambiguity triggers maximum analysis. Analysis because they must determine whether your threat requiring or countermeasures or potential ally worth courting or neutral party worth monitoring. Must determine, must understand, must categorize, can't determine from operation alone. Operation was designed for ambiguity, designed to be clearly significant, clearly sophisticated, clearly intentional, but ambiguous in purpose, ambiguous in intention, ambiguous in allegiance. Ambiguity demands analysis, demands maximum resources, demands classified level scrutiny. Most operations reveal intention through execution, reveal whether operator is adversary, ally, or neutral. Revelation allows categorization. Categorization determines response. Response is straightforward. Once categorization occurs, your operation revealed capability without revealing intention, revealed sophistication without revealing purpose, revealed execution without revealing allegiance. Lack of revelation prevents categorization. Prevention demands continued analysis. Continued analysis consumes resources. Resources spent trying to categorize, trying to determine intention, trying to identify purpose, trying to establish allegiance. Trying that continues because operation maintains ambiguity, maintains deliberately, maintains through design. Design that triggers maximum analytical attention. Attention you want because attention spent analyzing. Past operation is attention not anticipating future operations, not predicting next moves, not preparing countermeasures, not positioning responses. Attention consumed with determining what you are. While you operate as whatever serves your purposes, watch what strategic threat ambiguity produces. Multiple analytical teams formed. Teams with different assumptions. Team assuming your threat. Team assuming your opportunity. Team assuming you're neutral. Each team analyzing from different framework. Framework that produces different conclusions. Conclusions that contradict. Contradictions that produce debate. Debate that consumes resources. Resources spent arguing about your categorization, about your intention, about your allegiance. Arguing among themselves while you operate. Operate beyond their categorization, beyond their debate, beyond their frameworks, operating freely while they argue about what category contains you. The architects are analyzing why analysts are treating your operation with classified level scrutiny, studying what characteristics trigger this level of analytical intensity, identifying what makes operation demand maximum analytical resources, and they're discovering your operation possessed quality they call strategic threat ambiguity. When operation is clearly significant, but unclear whether threat or opportunity. When execution demonstrates capability but purpose remains mysterious. When outcome is obvious but intention is opaque. Ambiguity triggers maximum analysis. Analysis because they must determine whether your threat requiring or countermeasures or potential ally worth courting or neutral party worth monitoring. Must determine, must understand, must categorize, can't determine from operation alone. Operation was designed for ambiguity, designed to be clearly significant, clearly sophisticated, clearly intentional, but ambiguous in purpose, ambiguous in intention, ambiguous in allegiance. Ambiguity demands analysis, demands maximum resources, demands classified level scrutiny. Most operations reveal intention through execution, reveal whether operator is adversary, ally, or neutral. Revelation allows categorization. Categorization determines response. Response is straightforward. Once categorization occurs, your operation revealed capability without revealing intention, revealed sophistication without revealing purpose, revealed execution without revealing allegiance. Lack of revelation prevents categorization. Prevention demands continued analysis. Continued analysis consumes resources. Resources spent trying to categorize, trying to determine intention, trying to identify purpose, trying to establish allegiance. Trying that continues because operation maintains ambiguity, maintains deliberately, maintains through design. Design that triggers maximum analytical attention. Attention you want because attention spent analyzing past operation is attention not anticipating future operations, not predicting next moves, not preparing countermeasures, not positioning responses, attention consumed with determining what you are. While you operate as whatever serves your purposes, watch what strategic threat ambiguity produces. Multiple analytical teams formed. Teams with different assumptions. Team assuming your threat. Team assuming your opportunity. Team assuming you're neutral. Each team analyzing from different framework. Framework that produces different conclusions. Conclusions that contradict. Contradictions that produce debate. Debate that consumes resources. Resources spent arguing about your categorization, about your intention, about your allegiance. Arguing among themselves while you operate. Operate beyond their categorization, beyond their debate, beyond their frameworks, operating freely while they argue about what category contains you. Some organizations are attempting contact. Attempting because if your potential ally, contact establishes relationship that provides advantage, attempting through intermediaries, through subtle signals, through indirect approaches, attempting to determine openness to alliance, openness to partnership, openness to cooperation, attempts, creating opportunities you can accept or decline. Accept if advantageous, decline if not. Optionality you created through ambiguity that makes them uncertain, uncertainty that makes them reach out carefully, reach out respectfully, reach out offering value, offering because uncertain whether you're threat or opportunity, offering because opportunity cost of not offering. If your potential ally is high enough to justify offering creates leverage you possess through maintaining ambiguity about intention, about allegiance, about availability for partnership they're offering while others treat you as threat, contradiction that serves through creating options others provide through being uncertain what you are, uncertainty you maintain deliberately, maintain strategically, maintain through ambiguous operations like recent execution demonstrating capability without clear intention without clear allegiance remaining mysterious deliberately to maintain ambiguity that triggers analysis that consumes, that creates options, that provides leverage, that serves you through their uncertainty about you, about your purpose, about your allegiance, about your availability, uncertainty you created through operation maintaining strategic threat, ambiguity, triggering classified level analysis that serves through consuming them, through creating opportunities, through providing leverage, through maintaining mystery that's strategic ambiguity by design that succeeds perfectly. Now something unexpected is happening. Analysts are competing for recognition as the one who correctly interprets your operation, competing for reputation as expert who understands you, competing for status as authority on your strategic approach. The architects call this expert status competition. When operation is sufficiently mysterious that multiple interpretations seem plausible, when execution is sophisticated enough that correctly understanding brings prestige, when capability demonstration is significant enough that expert status on it brings career advancement, your operation created competition among analysts, competition for being right about you, competition that serves through fragmenting analytical community, through creating rivalry where cooperation would be more effective, through incentivizing bold claims over careful analysis, claims that advance careers, claims that might be wrong wrong claims that misdirect through authoritative voices claiming understanding. Understanding that's speculation. Speculation presented as insight that spreads as if factual because delivered authoritatively by experts competing for status from being first, being boldest, being most confidence that exceeds actual understanding that remains incomplete, but presented as complete for competitive advantage in expert status competition you created through operation mysterious enough to permit multiple interpretations competing, competition serving you. Watch what competition produces. Expert A publishes interpretation emphasizing tactical innovation analysis that highlights specific techniques Expert A specializes in, specialization that makes this interpretation advance Expert A's reputation as tactical innovation analysis that's partially accurate about visible tactics, inaccurate about strategic purpose, inaccurate but authoritative because Expert A is established expert whose interpretation is cited by others who accept interpretation, because authoritative source competing for status from correct interpretation that's incomplete serving you through misdirection from authority misdirecting through competition-driven interpretation. Expert B publishes contradicting interpretation, emphasizing psychological operations analysis highlighting mental manipulation. Expert B specializes in, specialization that makes this interpretation advance Expert B's reputation as psychological operations analysis that's partially accurate about some effects, inaccurate about primary methodology, inaccurate but compelling because Expert B is persuasive communicator whose interpretation spreads through networks that debate between Expert A and Expert B interpretations, debate that fragments community, fragments into camps supporting different experts competing for status from being recognized as right about your operation remaining mysterious while they compete instead of cooperate, instead of pooling insights, instead of collective analysis, competition preventing cooperation, prevention serving you through fragmentation, through rivalry, through status competition over understanding you. Expert C offers third interpretation emphasizing technological capability analysis highlighting tools Expert C specializes in, specialization advancing Expert C's reputation as technical capability analysis adding third competing interpretation, fragmenting community further fragmentation, further debate, further competition intensifying as more experts join with interpretations emphasizing their specializations that advance their careers dependent on being recognized expert on something significant, something like your operation mysterious enough to support multiple interpretations serving career advancement through competition preventing collective understanding remaining fragmented among competing interpretations that are individually incomplete but collectively revealing would require cooperation prevented by competition you created through executing operation mysterious enough to permit multiple plausible interpretations competing, competition fragmenting analytical community that would be more effective cooperating prevented by competition serving through fragmentation, through misdirection, through authoritative incomplete interpretations spreading spreading as understanding. Understanding that's fragmented. Fragmented understanding serving you through preventing unified analytical response. Response fragmented. Fragmented by expert status competition. Competition triggered by your operation. Operation designed for ambiguity. Ambiguity enabling multiple interpretations. Interpretations competing. Competition serving you